My name's Galen, and I'm part of the Public Affairs section here at the U.S. Embassy in Ljubljana. I'm originally from Alaska, but tonight I'm going to take you through how to make a classical French dish called a pork Wellington. It sounds English, but it actually originated in France. And it's going to be a pork tenderloin taken inside of fresh dough for the exterior of it, wrapped with goat cheese, roasted red bell peppers, garlic, and fresh spices. And we'll serve that alongside of a caramelized butternut squash and fresh salad, but any sort of greens, any sort of thing to complement the nice meat and cheese flavors will go wonderfully. So first I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the ingredients, both of that type of Wellington and a vegetarian version I'll make with the same goat cheese, the same bell pepper crust, but inside we use a portobello mushroom to complement the flavors of the cheese and the pastry. So the main ingredients that go into the dish are fresh pork tenderloin. You want to make sure you have a nice cut of meat. The less grist and less fat that's in it, the better it's going to work out for the final dish. Second, we're going to take 2 blocks of fresh goat cheese chèvre. Ideally, if you can get it from a fresh farmer, it's the best. If you get it from a store, it's okay. It doesn't matter too much. We're going to take that, we'll grind it up lightly, and then we'll also take walnuts, chop them, mince them very finely, throw in a bit of pre-roasted red bell pepper, and then we'll take those different ingredients and mix them together, caramelize a bit of onion beforehand, and that's going to make the paste that's going to surround the meat. Now that's going to also go with a bit of a leek that's chopped up and sauteed inside of it, give a bit of extra flavor. And usually you want to use a fresh basil, but since we don't have any fresh basil today, we're going to use a different variety of spices. We're going to make a spread out of all of it, roll the meat in that and brown it first, and then we'll toss a bit more into the actual sauce to wrap the meat in. Of course, the outside, we're going to take a bit of pre-made crust. You can make it yourself, but in the interest of time, in the interest of saving my hands a lot of dough, we'll go ahead and use a bit of pre-made. And of course, the all-important olive oil to make sure everything is brown, crispy, and makes your arteries flow that much faster. So to prepare the meat, we're going to take a bit of several variety of spices, combine it together, and we'll dredge the meat in it to make sure it's nicely seasoned before we brown it. So to start off, I'm going to take a little pinch of cayenne, so a hotter chili powder. You mix that with a bit of fresh thyme, a bit of oregano, a bit of cumin. This is just a little bit of smoked seasoning, some black pepper, a little bit of basil, a little bit more chili, and a bit more of a chipotle seasoning to give it a nice smoky flavor. Top that all off with a bit of good sea salt, brought from here in Slovenia. It's local, even better. Just mix it all together, make sure it's nicely combined, and we'll go ahead and use this to spice the meat. You add a little bit of garlic into the pan, so it's already nice and hot, so that garlic oil is going to aerosolize almost immediately. The trick to garlic is not to cook it too long, but if you cook garlic too long, it's going to get really bitter. After we've gone ahead and browned the pork, we want to make sure we get our sauce going. So inside of here are just some chopped leeks and a bit of fresh garlic. So we're going to brown this a bit, saute it, because if you just use raw leeks, you're going to get a really harsh flavor. It's going to be a bit too biting, and it's going to taste a lot like just onion. The point of using a green onion or leek like this gives you a more mild flavor. It'll complement a lot better and give you a lot better taste for your final prepared dish. So once these are browned, or while they're browning, we'll actually go ahead and get the rest of the filling for the pork Wellington going as well. So we've just pulled the pork Wellington out of the oven. So this is baked for about 35, maybe around 45 minutes total at 375. It's hot, it's steaming. You can see the goat cheese spread on the side, the nice roasted red bell peppers, the garlic, pork in the middle, a bit of cheese rind here, and of course the pastry dough on the outside. So we're gonna go ahead and slice this into about 1/2-inch slices, maybe 2 per person or so. Plate it, made a nice salad along with it. And we'll pull it out of the oven. We didn't include that in this recipe, but to go along with it will be a bit of caramelized butternut squash. Those butternut squash slices, really simple, bit of butter, bit of cinnamon, bit of brown sugar. 375 for 35 to 45 minutes to get a bit crispy. Serve these on the side, slices of the pork Wellington, and we're ready to eat in just a minute. So, once we sit down, dobrotek, enjoy your meal, and as always, greetings from the U.S. Embassy in Ljubljana. We hope you enjoy this episode of Food Diplomacy. See you next time.